What's going on, guys? Jesse from Sled Addicts here. I just wanted to go over exactly what the differences are in functionality between connecting your phone with Bluetooth to the 7.8-inch gauge and connecting it by actually plugging it in to the machine in addition to Bluetooth. So when you're just connected with Bluetooth, you have the ability to see call history and contacts, which you can see without connecting your phone. Oh, see, I was speaking to Rich outdoors. And your contacts, which on my phone, they're all coming up. And you can also look at your music by clicking audio. It will actually show you what music you're playing. In terms of the functionality, that's kind of where it ends. And you need to connect your phone via the cord to the machine if you want to use any of the BRP Connect apps, which include BRP Go. For me, there's a Cardo app. There's also Rever, which is another type of app you can use to track your kilometers. And I believe also a music app that shows you in more detail the music you're listening to, although you still can see it without being plugged in. So when you actually connect your phone via the cord to the gauge, if you have BRP Connect downloaded on your phone, which you'll need, as well as any of the apps you want to use with BRP Connect, like BRP Go, you have to download those all to your phone. And then when you connect your phone with the cord, you'll actually see that your screen will display this logo, which is signifying that your phone is connected to the gauge. So now, to enable all of the functionality that plugging in your phone gives you, there's a button on the side of the jog dial, which looks like this. You're going to hit that, and that is going to open the BRP Connect screen. So now you have options to click your music. So if you click that, it will just show you in more details your songs, your artists, your albums, which you don't get in full detail when you're not connected. On top of that, just so you know, to get out of this, because they didn't make the instructions clear, to go back to where you were, you're going to click into the jog dial and hold. So now it goes back. If I open BRP Go, it actually opens on my phone too. And then now it's showing me exactly where I am. No trails around here. And if anything, even if there were trails around here, BRP Go sadly does not support Ontario mapping yet. So hopefully the OFSC and BRP work that out. But the other app I have is Cardo Connect, which actually lets me connect to my Cardo system and look at my connection from the gauge, which is quite useful, but I rarely use it. And then the other app that I have is Rever, which is actually a motorcycle tracking app, I believe. And it does show a map. I don't really use this app, but there are a few options of apps. You can also get AccuWeather, which is so you can look at the weather. There's a few apps you can get. The functionality is still rather limited, but I just want you guys to be aware of what you can actually do with this gauge and what the differences are between plugging it in and not plugging it in. So essentially, just to summarize, if you don't plug in the gauge, if you don't plug in your phone to the gauge, you only get your phone calls and your call logs and your contacts, and you can see what music you're currently playing. But if you plug in your phone to the gauge, you get this whole menu here where you can see your music in more detail. You can use BRP Go and some other accessory apps that BRP Connect supports. So to correct myself, I actually took a look at the BRP Connect app, and AccuWeather is no longer a supported app. What they do have on top of music, BRP Go, Cardo Connect, and Rever, they actually have Genius Maps, Dash Radio, Wave, Phobo Bike, and Sigic GPS navigation. So I don't really use any of these. To be quite honest with you, the only things I really use are these three apps, and that's why they're on my main screen. And you can actually customize these by just holding and then dragging it to any location you want to put it. So if, let's say, I wanted to switch these two, I can just put that there and they'll switch. So you can actually construct your screens however you like it. But at the end of the day, really, the only app I use is BRP Go and Music, and sometimes Cardo Connect. I also wanted to dive deeper into BRP Go on the screen just to show you guys all its features and how to navigate it. So right now you can see that there's a yellow circle on the right side that's selected. Anything that's yellow means that that's where the system is on. So if, let's say, you want to go to this left menu to change between maps, your upcoming routes, POIs, and settings, you're actually going to push the jog dial to the left. Now you'll see that the top left button turns yellow. And if you actually scroll down, you can click on your upcoming rides, which you could schedule on your phone on the BRP Go app. There are no upcoming rides scheduled on my phone. And then if you click this button, it will actually show you, this is pretty cool, POIs in the area. So right now I'm on mechanical. So I got Lakeview Marina, DT Power Sports, Uxbridge Power Sports, Uxbridge Motorsports, which are all in relatively short distance or close distance to where I am right now. And then if you go to settings, it actually gives you options to change from kilometers to miles and to enable 2D mode at stop. If you're actually in your map, just to show you here, so you have a bunch of buttons on the left side. So if you click the plus and minus button, now with scrolling left and right, you can zoom out by scrolling counterclockwise and zoom in by scrolling clockwise. And then by clicking in on the dial, it's telling me I have no GPS signal, which makes sense because I'm in my trailer. And then if you actually go to this one, you can move yourself around to pinpoint an exact location. You can click this button to take you exactly to where you are. And then by clicking go, that's how you can start navigating to wherever you want to go. So if I click start, it's starting to navigate to where I am right now because I didn't click a end location. I'm going to exit that. And that's basically a quick summary of how to use BRP Go on your phone. I've used it a few times when I was in Quebec, and that was great. I hope BRP Go does get support for Ontario Trails so I can use it more this year. But until then, I'm going to be rocking my Garmin Zumo, which is awesome and super big screen. And that's the other problem. This is a really small screen in comparison to this, and it's also tilted down a little bit. So it's kind of hard to see when you're trying to look straight ahead at the trail. But I hope BRP continues to improve this app and makes it even better and hopefully gets support for Ontario. But yeah, that's kind of my take on this. And if you guys have any questions about BRP Go or anything to do with the Skidoo gauge, please shoot us a comment or send us an email at sledaddicts@gmail.com and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Have a good day, guys. If you liked that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sled Addicts YouTube channel, where we release content on everything snowmobiles. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be updated every time we release new videos.